I didn't vlog, shocker, I'm a lousy vlogger, honestly. But to continue, since I didn't really film between this weekend, I'm going to give you some things in between that happened. Obviously, I didn't film the way there. After the concert, I just kind of blacked out. I feel like I kind of just like didn't film at all. I did, as you can tell, I did a little small clip of where we were staying at. But anyway, I'm gonna kind of go over a little bit since I didn't really go too far with it. So anyway, we stopped at several different rest stops, checked in, ate at a Mexican restaurant, which was so good. Had a late night after, you know, the concert was a long thing. Started after 7, even though it was supposed to start at 7, and then it didn't last until, I didn't get out until like 11. But because my schedule is off with eating, we didn't eat lunch until like 2:33, something like that, and then I didn't eat dinner until like midnight, basically, or 11:30. Could have gotten food at the place. You know, I'm not gonna lie, there was a moment at the before I even got inside the stadium where my bag was gonna be an issue. If it didn't fit, it would have to stay out. But my best friend came up with it being a medical issue, and they allowed me. I just had to open up my bag and show that I had medication. And also should have showed my medical bracelet, but nonetheless, they let me go in. There was nothing inappropriate or weapons or anything, so I was able to go in. I feel like I was at TSA or something like that. But I guess that's just for safety reasons. But I didn't have anything wrong. I didn't bring my camera or any of that, so there was nothing, no issues or anything like that. But that was just the scary thing I was like nervous about. Like going into the stadium itself, I was fine. Like I didn't feel uncomfortable or upset. I was excited, but just that one hiccup made me nervous. I was like, oh shoot. But anyway, I managed to get through and we had a good time. Just a long thing. And I will say there was 2 other artists. They were great besides the boys, but I was like, I didn't come here to see you guys. Like, I'm not gonna just continue, like, shut the idea. Like, they were very talented. One played the piano and he was really great. The other girl was really great as well. I just didn't know their music, and I didn't come to see them. I came to see the boys. So once the boys came out, I was excited, and I filmed a majority of that. But to say the least, they were so good. I do not regret going, even though my bum hurt for sitting on the thing for so long in my back, and then standing as long as I did. My knees locked up, and my feet were hurting. But I don't regret whatsoever going to see Big Time Rush and having a good time with my best friend. Like, I had a good time, and I enjoyed my time, and it got me out of my comfort zone, and I enjoyed myself, and so I'm happy that I did it. I will say there is definitely a different atmosphere going to a secular concert versus a Christian concert. On the spiritual note, there's definitely a difference, and I did feel it, and I was like, I don't think I will go to another secular concert again. I'm not saying I won't, but I will say I am very picky about, I will be picky if I go to another secular concert. But yeah, I don't regret going to it. I just think it would be better if I go to a Christian concert next time. But I managed, and then there were times I had my hat on and my sunglasses, so in case I had to like duck my head with the flashing lights, I did. But both me and my best friend had to, because of our medical situation. So, but other than that, and there's a few girls that were screaming behind us. Oh my gosh, they both bothered us, but I didn't have to use my earplugs or anything. It wasn't too bad. I didn't get a headache from it. I just got tired. But yeah, overall I had a good time. I enjoyed myself. Yeah, and then we stopped at Sheetz afterwards because I was so hungry. I got myself a sub and some chips, and then went to bed late afterwards. I wasn't really tired at first, and my mom had to get in her legs, so we just kind of watched TV for a while and then went to bed afterwards. So that was Friday. Saturday, August 2nd, met up with some friends, had breakfast at what this is called a fresh market, which was it looked like on the outside, it looked like a professional place that was for medical, and there was medical there, but it had like different offices and places. Where we went into was like a food court, and we were able to go around and see where we wanted to get. I got a big breakfast sandwich that, oh gosh, I'll show you the picture of it. It was so good. Why isn't it letting me? Sorry, my photos things are getting, okay, it's not letting me. I have to get, there's so much stuff on my camera roll that I have to take off. So anyway, it's not letting me, but it was a big, like, big sandwich, like this big. It was a bagel with egg, cheese, and bacon, and there was plenty of, like, everything. The cheese was melting all over it. Egg, I think there was like 2 eggs, and then it had like 4 or 5 pieces of bacon strips, and it was real bacon, and so it was real good. That filled me up for a while. And then we went downstairs. There was like a farmer's market underneath, ran by the Mennonites. So there was all kinds of stuff, like I mentioned in my other video, my haul video. There was, most places require, like, there's fresh flowers, baked goods, candles, jams, jellies, candy, produce, everything there was, hams, cheeses, all those type of things. Everything was just good and fresh. I got myself candy, as you guys saw, in my haul, but it was nice to go around and see everything. Everything, of course, is expensive, but it was nice. And I got a compliment from one of the Mennonite ladies. I had my hat and my one of my Jesus shirts on, and she was like very complimentary. She's like, I really enjoy your hat and shirt. And I was like, yes, we all need a little Jesus in our life. And she says amen, especially at times like the end times that we are in today. I'm like, yes, amen to that. So, you know, just a God moment that we had a connection with. That's what I'm representing. Even though I'm going into places all over, I'm always going to represent Jesus wherever I go. I'm not going to hide my faith or shield myself from things that, I mean, people need to see that Jesus in you, that light of God. They don't need to see constant, you know, anger or sadness, or, I mean, don't get me wrong, you're gonna have moments like that, but people need to see that light of hope of Jesus, that there's more to life than just worldliness and pleasure and, you know, all the things that the world has to offer is nothing compared to what God has to offer. So I'm always going to represent Jesus no matter what, whether that's in plain daylight or a smile on my face. Was able to leave a couple of cards while we were at the restaurant part, and went thrift shopping. As you guys saw in my thrift shop video, you'll see that. What I got very tired by the time we went to our last shopping place. I didn't even go, and I took a nap inside the van because that's how tired I was. I needed fuel. Like, it was like closer to like 3:30. We stopped at Rutter's, which is basically a place like Sheetz. It's another place of Sheetz. Got a few snacks there that to help, like, give me some salt and sugar to help my blood flow and help perk me up a little bit more, and got a water as well. And then we hung out at our friend's house, and then came back to the motel that was our room, and then went to bed. Oh, before that, I didn't even put this, but we went to, for dinner we went to, no, I did write that down. Stopped at Longhorn Steakhouse, Texas Roadhouse, not Longhorn, Texas Roadhouse we stopped at, and I got I want to go a little bit healthier since I've been eating carbs. I got a grilled chicken salad, and that was really good. I only ate one roll, because I couldn't resist at least one. But other than that, I did pretty well. It's healthy, and I got a strawberry lemonade. I didn't do caffeine, because I wanted to be able to sleep that night. The first night I didn't sleep very well. I still didn't sleep the second night, because I just can't sleep in areas that are unfamiliar. And even and then I have problems with going to the bathroom as well. Even though I had yogurt and other stuff, I still struggled. I do that every time I go someplace. I struggle to sleep and go to the bathroom in places. I don't know what it is. It's just something I constantly deal with. And so it was rough. But we managed to get through it. By the way, my last vlog I was saying where we went to last time for breakfast was McDonald's. We didn't go this time. First time we went to Fresh Market, and then the second for breakfast, like Sunday, August 3rd, we ate breakfast at so there's a dual places that we stayed at. The place we stayed at was more the older Red Roof Inn, which was like a motel, and then across the parking lot was the actual hotel. We had to pay a little bit extra, like $10 extra for breakfast, but we did that time, and they had like a continental breakfast where they had this all like the cereals, the breads, the bagels, muffins, toast, pancake maker, had scrambled eggs, sausage. They had all kinds of juices and milks and that sort of thing, and tea and coffee. So Mom was able to get our coffee, and we were both able to eat there, so we paid a little bit extra for each of our meals, and we were satisfied. I did have to bring my yogurt, and thank goodness I did, because they didn't have yogurt there. But yeah, and we we got there like an hour earlier before church started, so we hung out a little bit before we came over to the church. Had church service, had communion because it was their communion day, so I had communion. Ate lunch at the friend's house, stayed there for a little while, and then we decided to leave because we were like, we want to get back on the road, get home. So then I took a nap at some point in the drive there back, and then before that we stopped at Rita's because there's a Rita's nearby, and so we got Rita's. I would show you the picture, but I got a cotton candy flavored custard with rainbow sprinkles and a sugar cone, so that was good. Then we went home, took a nap, stopped a couple of times to get gas and go to the bathroom, and then came home, unloaded everything, rested a little bit. I didn't actually take another nap, but I rested nonetheless, and then had evening service that evening. So yeah, that's just kind of how my days that's kind of how the weekend was, and I had a good time, and I'm hoping next time we have another girls trip, it'll be just as fun. So I'm very grateful and very happy that I went and got out of my comfort zone and did things. That is the plan, to do more things outside my comfort zone, no matter what, how crazy it seems. And no matter how uncomfortable I get during travel, I'm going to still travel as much as I can. If I can take my pillows, I'll take my pillows. I don't care what other people say. I'm going to still take them, and if I can. And no matter how long, what people have to say about me bringing a bunch of stuff, it is necessary. I don't care what you say. I'm going to take it no matter what. So, yeah. Anyway, that's pretty much it for now. And you'll see this that I've already done. The next part will be Bible time, so. Okay guys, everybody's favorite time to vlog, Bible time. So let's get started. If you guys thought if I wasn't going to do Bible time when I did vacation time, no. I will always put Bible time at the end of my vlogs. And if I don't, shame on me. And I have done that, so forgive me when I don't. But I will continue to do Bible time as long as I shall do it. Because I'm going to be obedient before the Lord. This is what He's called me to do. Alright, we're in Deuteronomy chapter 34, which we're in the last chapter of Deuteronomy. Yay! Or did I read this already? No, even if I did, I'm just gonna read it anyway, because that's where it's located. That's where the bookmark is located. Alright, the death of Moses. Then Moses went up to Mount Nebo from the plains of Moab and climbed Pisgah Peak, which is across from Jericho. And the Lord showed him from the whole land from Gilead as far as Dan, all the land of Naphtali, the land of Ephraim and Messiah, all the land of Judah, extending to the Mediterranean Sea, the Negev, the Jordan Valley with Jericho, the city of palms, as far as Zor. Then the Lord said to Moses, "This is the land I promised an oath to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob when I said, I will give it to your descendants. I have now allowed you to see it with your own eyes, but you will not enter the land." So Moses, the servant of the Lord, died there in the land of Moab, just as the Lord had said. The Lord buried him in a valley near Beth Peor in Moab, but to this day no one knows the exact place. Moses was 120 years old when he died, yet his eyesight was clear, and he was as strong as ever. The people of Israel mourned for Moses on the plains of Moab for 30 days, until the customary period of mourning was over. Now Joshua son of Nun was full of spirit of wisdom, for Moses had laid his hands on him. So the people of Israel obeyed him, doing just as the Lord had commanded Moses. There has never been another prophet in Israel like Moses, whom the Lord knew face to face. The Lord sent him to perform all the miraculous signs and wonders in the land of Egypt against Pharaoh and all of his servants in his entire land. With mighty power, Moses performed terrifying acts in sight of all of Israel. Excuse me. Wow. Excuse me. Ooh. That came out of nowhere. Anyway, Josh will be next. Excuse me, sorry for that. Random coughing and sneezing and itchy water as my allergies are also acting up. Alright, so that was Bible time, which was a short chapter. So now we're going into our devotion time, which is called A Place of Refuge, and we're going to read the book of Nahum. Not of your usual book that we usually read out of. Excuse me. Gotta find it. I'm not sure if it's in the old or new. I guess we'll find that out. Nahum, where art thou? There you are. Okay, it's in the old. Chapter 1, verses 1 through 12. Alright, this message concerning Nineveh came as a vision to Nahum, who lived in Elkosh. The Lord is a jealous God, filled with vengeance and rage. He takes refuge in all who oppose him and continues to rage against his enemies. The Lord is slow to get anger, but his power is great, and he never lets the guilty go unpunished. He never lets... Oh, I just read that. He displays his power in the whirlwind and in the storm. The billowing clouds are the dust beneath his feet. At his command, the oceans dry up. The rivers disappear. The lush pastures of Bashan and Carmel fade. and the green forest of Lebanon wither. In his presence the mountains quake, and the hills melt away. The earth trembles, and its people are destroyed. Who can stand before his fierce anger? Who can survive his burning fury? His rage blazes forth like a fire, and the mountains crumble to dust in his presence. The Lord is good, a strong refuge when trouble comes. He is close to those who trust in him. But he will sweep away his enemies in an overwhelming flood. He will pursue his foes into the darkness of night. Why are you scheming against the Lord? He will destroy you with one blow. He won't need to strike twice. His enemies, tangled like thorn bushes and staggering like drunks, would be burned like the dry stubble in a field. Who is this wicked counselor of yours who plots evil against the Lord? This is why the Lord says, though the Assyrians have many allies, they will be destroyed and disappear. O my people, I have punished you before, but I will not punish you again. Today, Masada is a national park in Israel. However, late in the 1st century, it was not so peaceful. Built by Herod the Great as a hedge against revolt, Masada was a fortress atop of a hill with cliff-like faces. The few trails leading to the top were narrow and difficult. As Roman armies moved to crush rebellion among the Jews, As Roman armies moved to crush a rebellion against the Jews, many Jewish fighters and their families sought refuge at Masada. Despite the difficulties the terrain would present, the Roman army marched to Masada and laid siege to it. The Jews killed themselves after they determined the Roman assault would be successful. There is, however, a safe place that no enemy can overrun. The Lord is good, a refuge in times of trouble. He cares for those who trust in him. Nahum 1:7. God knows exactly where you are and what you're facing, and he is able to help. He can give you the physical, emotional, and spiritual strength you need to withstand any circumstances, or he can miraculously change them. Nothing is too difficult for God, and nothing is too difficult for you as long as you rely on him. Question number 1. Where do you like to retreat to when the demands and pressures of life become too intense? So, for me personally, it's my room. My room is my sanctuary. It's something that I go to when I need some peace and quiet. I'm away from everyone else. Obviously, I don't share a room with anyone. Sorry, my nose is... Oh, my allergies are just something else. But anyway, my room is definitely a place that I come to seek after refuge. Sometimes it's been in the woods. Where we live we're surrounded by woods. The woods is very secluded. It's peaceful when obviously the weather is cooperative. The animals aren't. There's no crazy animals that are going to stalk me or get to me. I've never come across any like outside of deer, squirrels, and a couple possums occasionally, and I don't usually see raccoons here, but I'm sure there are. Cats and stuff, but those are birds. That's usually what I see. Yes, we've had bears, and yes, we've had coyotes. However, they don't usually come around when I'm around, so I've been blessed that way. But yeah, those are a couple places I go to refuge. Obviously, I go to the God ultimately when I need times of need. If I can't obviously come to my room to feel at peace, or the woods, if I'm somewhere else, I called out to the Lord, and he gives me peace. Oh, gosh. Question number 2. Have you tried making God a refuge when times arise? Why or when not? Yes and no. Yes, I have when I know I need God for a lot of things. And yes, there have been times, no, I have secluded to going to different things instead of going to God, and that's shame on me. I can't keep relying on other things but God, because only God can give you that true peace that you need in order to get through things. Other things kind of just, yes, they might give you that temporarily feel, but as far as other things, other people just like, they can't fill that void that only God can give. So yeah, that was Bible time. Hope you guys enjoyed. kind of a quick one, honestly, but that's okay. And I'm sorry if I'm repeating some of what I just read. I know I've read some of these, but I do Bible time on other platforms as well besides this one, so I could be repeating that, but it sounds very similar. Anyway, I'm rambling enough. As always, keep on smiling, stay positive. I love you guys. Jesus loves you, and I hope you guys have a fabulous day, and I'll see you guys next time in another vlog. Bye, guys.